It's your favorite nutritionist, personal trainer, and wellness coach. Don't forget, author. And today we are talking all about anti inflammatory diets. If you have been suffering with a condition that you cannot figure out what could possibly be wrong, and you want some diet tips on how to keep an anti inflammatory diet in your life, or how to implement it, or what foods are anti inflammatory and which ones are not, stick around because this video is for you. Okay, so I have a sugar detox that I have just launched and it's available now online. It comes with 8 weeks of amazing menu items, recipes, tips, workouts, lots of great stuff for only $97, and it's available. I can provide the link below. But I was at my mom's house because I'm in Trinidad, and I decided to go through some old magazines. So let's see what year this is. This says April 2008, and it's on Psychologies. And I found something, because the thing about wellness is that while some of these core secrets have been held for ancient practices and times, it's always a good idea to bring back reminders, because as humans we get so caught up in distractions in the real world, and kids and families and careers, that we forget to come back to the true essence of keeping a healthy mind, body, spirit connection in this world. So because I'm launching my sugar detox this weekend, I figured when I found this article that it would be so relevant to bring it back and to share with you, because it's chatting about everything we want to know. And this is a really great article that I found called The Inflammation Cure. And in this channel, we are all about anti-aging and wellness and diet and fitness, and using these tools to really provide our bodies with the right nourishment to preserve our skin and boost our performance in career, in life, in relationships, and so forth. And so I want to share some of the readings from this with you, and I'll start by giving away some of the top foods of an anti-inflammatory diet. So, what we eat shapes our lives. If you don't know, now you know, kind of vibe, right? So when you are choosing an anti-inflammatory diet, these tips will help you to stay on track alongside my sugar detox and the recipes provided with my book that I've published called Tropical Wellness Secrets, that has lots of gluten-free and dairy-free recipes in it. Okay. So some foods that you want to choose on an anti-inflammatory diet include oily fish like salmon, sardines, mackerel, herring. And then we have our flax seeds. So we got omega-3 rich eggs, raw nuts and seeds, berries, dark leafy greens, onions, olives, extra virgin olive oil, cold pressed avocado and grapeseed oils, garlic, ginger and turmeric, green tea, a wide range of brightly colored fruit, vegetables, and whole grains. And not all sweet stuff is off limits. So cocoa powder, for example, to get that chocolate flavor that you're looking for, is rich in antioxidants, and it depends how you use these nutrients and how you can manage your sugars to get that anti-inflammatory effect. You want to choose a dark chocolate with a minimum of 70% cocoa solids. And then they have our foods we are going to want to limit, like the sugar. And that's why you need the sugar detox, because it's so hard to figure out what to eat and how to keep those sugars down and within your daily allowance. it is hard, and that's why I created the sugar detox, because if you have been struggling to get a grip on your sugars, you need this sugar detox in your life. It's the simplest way to get a grip on your sugars. And sugary drinks and foods and sauces, refined grains found in white rice, white flour, white bread, white pasta, potatoes, processed foods, trans fats shown on labels as hydrogenated or partially hydrogenated fats, corn, safflower, peanut, cooking oils, animal products, particularly red meat and dairy. If you have been challenged with any of these issues of inflammation, and we can get into some of those, Okay, so imagine that this is what inflammation is, okay? So let's track back a little bit. Inflammation is like when you imagining you're fixing up a house and you're hammering in some nails to a piece of wood to smack it together to get a binding. But what tends to happen in inflammation is, let's imagine you pong that hammer down with that nail and then it bursts off, and then you pong it back in and then it bursts off. And similarly, you could imagine if you had a hammer and you hit yourself on the hand and you constantly hit yourself, and then you get a big swelling, and then it goes down, and then you hit yourself again. It comes across a bit like self-harm. And the real way to bring down that inflammation is A, not to hit yourself with the hammer in the first place, and B, reducing the swelling is very important if you're not aware that the actions you're taking are creating this swelling. So there's a fact of, if you're aware, that's one conversation and topic, but if you're not aware, then there are ways to become aware and then decide if that has impact on your decision making. So there are some types of inflammation which could be good, like after a workout when your muscles are recovering and repairing, but some inflammation might be making you sick. And you might be dealing with silent inflammation that's causing a lot of degenerative diseases. A lot of these degenerative diseases are leading towards heart disease, dementia, Alzheimer's, diabetes, arthritis, and even some cancers. And that's why it's very important to consider topics of inflammation when looking to your recovery protocol. We can also argue that inflammation is the cause of wrinkles and excess weight and complaints about skin and aging. And we don't want to remain blissfully ignorant if there could be a more simple solution to reducing that inflammation and feeling better ASAP, you know what I mean? So, despite all the discomfort that inflammation causes, when we are working towards a healthy, low inflammatory diet and exercise routines and managing our stress and behaviors, it allows our hormones to really come back into a managed level and reduce stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which have an inflammatory effect. So the remedy then for calming inflammation in the body is a healthy, balanced, natural diet. It always has been, but maybe now more so than ever, it's more relevant. Be right back. So anyway, yeah, so those are the main attributes of an anti-inflammatory diet, and the reason why you might want to consider looking into one if you have been trying to manage some of these conditions, wondering, is there any way that I could reduce my symptoms that are so almost unbearable? I'm going to bring this camera a little closer because I feel like we can zoom in a bit. Cool. So I'm really happy that we are here together and we get to chat about all this stuff that totally lights up my world. And it's interesting because we don't really see too many cool magazines around anymore. And when it comes to magazines, it's nice to have a digital detox, and when we're in the real world, not on our phones, we could kind of rock back with a magazine, or if we're tanning by the pool, and a health magazine is always such a good vibe. Like when I made my book Tropical Wellness Secrets, I designed it to have a kind of magazine feel to it. So I'm obsessed with magazines. I always have been. If you are as well, like, you get it. It's just a vibe. And so I'm really happy that you stuck around. I hope you learned a lot. I hope you do pick up a sugar detox and tropical wellness secrets. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you found this helpful. And you can expect more dietary tips and workout tips along the way from me. And as I come across other materials that will be interesting, I'm going to be sharing it with you. And also when it comes to interviewing some other people in fitness, health, and diet wellness, I'm looking forward to sharing that all with you. Okay, cool. Well, until next time, thank you for sharing your time, space, and energy with me. I really appreciate and love your vibe. And if you love this vibe, don't forget to share it. And let's learn together, grow together, and get healthy together, and do anti-aging beauty treatments, and just love on each other for life. And that's why you're here, and that's why you are so welcome in this community, because we are just going to thrive. Thrive, chick. Okay?